Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family and current events. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. Alright, so a couple of comments. First one's a normal comment. I have some different comments too, so if you usually skip this section, hang around, okay? If you want to sign up for a private reading, please click on the link in the description box below. I still have some left. I've had a lot of repeat customers. People are really happy with them. So if you're thinking about getting a private reading, come on and click on that link and I can get you a private reading. If you want to gift the reading to someone, then just make sure you give me their name and your name so that I can tell them it's a gift from you. All right. So in one of my last videos, I think it was the one where I was talking about, what were Harry and Meghan going to do? What were their plans? I was talking about what each card represented, and I said that they're going to play this card and they're going to play that card. And one of the cards was the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And usually that's a story, it's telling a story that's not true. And I also speculated maybe that was Prince Archie, and that maybe Meghan was going to, and the fact that I have read him before as developmentally challenged. I have always been extremely respectful with this because I have a developmentally challenged child as well. I am always very respectful when I talk about these children, and when I came back and did the wrap-up, I said that Meghan might actually use the disability card, meaning that she might use her child's disability if she ever acknowledges it, allegedly, because it's just allegedly, it's what the cards always tell me. And somebody got very bent out of shape about this and said, oh, you said that she's going to use the disability card. That's very disrespectful. I was not being disrespectful, okay? I simply say what the cards are telling me. If you think I'm disrespectful, you can send me a private email. You want to blast me in the comments? That's one thing, and I'll respond to you, and I got blasted again when I tried to explain. I am not disrespectful. I am not dissing on these children. I would never do that. I have an autistic child, okay? So don't tell me that I'm disrespectful when I am not. Meghan might be. Maybe that's what I saw on the card, but I certainly am not. So I'm just going to get on my soapbox there. All right. And I'll say one more thing about this, because I also mentioned in the video that if she does have a developmentally disabled child, she could have been such an advocate if she acknowledged that and said she could have had an entire blog, whatever she wanted, on how she personally dealt with it, what she did, how she helps her child. There would be so many people who would tune into that and would get comfort if she were a decent person on how she dealt with that, but she's never done that. I'm not saying he's developmentally challenged, but if he is, she could have done that. And she really could have been an advocate for these children. So, just saying. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now. Okay, so for this reading, and I'm mentioning this because I'm going to read on the children again here, but about their titles. Are the children's titles going to be taken away? I have read that Harry and Meghan's titles will be taken away, and probably the children's will too, but we're going to find out on that. I also want to comment that it's been rumored that Prince William is also going to remove the titles of his own children, except for Prince George, and he'll wait till they're 18 and then let them decide if they want titles, if they want to be a working royal, if they want to learn about it. Let them decide when they're old enough. That's what Princess Anne did with her children. Because she's not a male of the male line, her children were not normally automatically granted the prince and prince title. They could have it, but they could decide on their own. They were not automatically granted it, as the 1917 letters patent does for the male line, the grandchildren of the monarch. When Queen Elizabeth was alive, Archie and Lily were not automatically given the prince and princess titles because they were great-grandchildren of the monarch. Now that King Charles is king, they are now the grandchildren of a monarch, which is why they automatically got the titles. Because Harry, of course, it's the male line. So there's a rumor that William's going to do that, so let's see what happens. What I'm going to find out right now is, first I'll read on if the titles are going to be removed, and then we'll find out if Prince William's going to, when he becomes king, remove his own children's titles. So let's see what happens. All right, for this reading, I'm going to use the Starlight Tarot deck. really pretty deck. It's one of my newer ones, and I thought it would be good to use for this reading. All right, sorry for the long intro there. Okay, so what we're going to do is upright, positive, reverses, negative. Are Archie and Lily going to have their titles removed, either by King Charles or King William? Are the prince and princess titles going to be removed from these children? Is that what's going to happen? Whoop. Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Ooh, there's the Empress, the Mother card, Ten of Cups, a happy family. Oh, how interesting. Okay. All right. Queen of Swords. Oh, this could be the change in the law. That's a contract. Could be a new contract that comes out to say this. Maybe like a new letters patent. Nine of Swords, it's a nightmare. All right, upright, positive, reversals, negative. All right, we're going to go with that one. 7 cards. Upright, positive, reversals, negative. All right, see what we can find out here. Are the children's Archie and Lily, are their titles going to be removed by either King Charles or King William? 2, 3, 4, okay. The Magician, PR and spin. Page of Pentacles, there's Archie right there. Page of Swords, there's Lily. They're both here. Holy crap. They both showed up. Okay. So there's going to be some manifestation, some spin. And it could be that maybe he's going to do the same thing. Maybe when they're old enough, he'll let them decide. Okay, well, they showed up right there. Oh, you know what? I usually only do 1 card, but I'm going to accept the 3. 9 of Swords. It's a nightmare. It will be a nightmare. 6 of Pentacles. This is reciprocity. A balance. You help me, I'll help you. Quid pro quo. This may be taking it away for now, but giving it back later when they're old enough. Ace of Pentacles. That's the offer. It's also big money potential as well. That's a yes. Ace upright is always a yes. 6 of Cups in reverse. Going back to the past. I think they're going to return to how it used to be done. Maybe they did this a long time ago. I don't know. I know a lot of British history, but I'm not as familiar with that. It might be because in 1917, that one letter was issued to restrict it to the grandchildren of the monarch. Maybe they're going to return to something in the past. 2 of Cups in reverse. There's a split up. The breaking of a partnership. 2 of Swords. A hard decision. We already have a yes. It's going to be a very hard decision. This is being thought of very, very carefully. 10 of Swords. Backstabbing and betrayal. And they're doing this because of the betrayal that of Harry and Meghan. Because we're talking about their children. I know there were no children. Okay, we're going to skip that for now. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upright. Yes, the titles will be removed, but I believe that because of this card right here, this reciprocity will let you choose. I'll take it for now and give it back later. And you'll have an opportunity. That's our offer. It seems like a nightmare now. The center of the situation is I want to go back to the past. I want to return to the past the way we used to do it. And the 2 extenuating circumstances are the nightmare that the royal family is going through and the betrayal of Harry and Meghan. And it was a very, very hard decision. There was a lot of discussion about this. And there's Archie and Lily. Archie's the Page of Pentacles because he is, I think he's a Taurus. And Lily's a Gemini. Wow. 2 pages. Those are children. How interesting. All right, so now what we're going to do is now I want to ask if they will be given the option later in life if they want to be a working royal. And I take these cards and I put them back in here separately. And if they show up in the next reading together, they just show up. That's just how it was meant to be. Just want to make sure they're not together when I put them in here. Whoops. There we go. That's so interesting. They showed up together. Okay. All right. So, tarot. Assuming these titles are going to be taken away now or in the near future, will the monarchy offer the titles back of Prince and Princess to Archie and Lilibet when they're old enough to make their own decision? Will that happen? Are the titles going to be offered back? Judgment. Second chance. Wow. You get a second chance. Will those titles of Prince and Princess be offered back to Lily and Archie when they're old enough to decide? When they're old enough to decide. All right, we're going to go with that one. Upright, positive, reversals, negative, 7-card reading. Same as before. Okay. Underlying energy. The 6 of Swords in reverse. So that's the overseas card. You're and going from troubled waters to calmer waters. So that's living overseas, and you don't want to. You want to go from troubled waters to calmer waters, and you can't. 10 of Wands. It's a burden. Justice in reverse. That can be correcting an injustice or something that wasn't fair. And the next one was the Chariot in reverse, and that's William. Okay, so this is, I think this is the children are overseas and they can't get to them. The titles will be a burden for them now. And it seems like it's an injustice, but we'll see if they get offered the titles back. And again, I did 3 of them. Okay. On upright, positive, reversals, negative, I only try to do 1. All right, first card. Queen of Cups. This was Camilla's idea. 4 of Pentacles. It's keeping control. Keeping control. Page of Swords. There's Lily. You know, I was going to do one, when I first was going to do this reading, I thought, well, let me see if they're going to take Archie's title away. Let me see if they're going to take Lily's title away. But I thought, why would they do it separately? So I did them together. But here's Lily. Page of Wands in reverse. So that's a fire sign. This can be a bad news card. 3 of Pentacles. An agreement. 3 people working together. Oh, and it's a man and 2 younger people, a little boy and a little girl. A younger boy and a younger girl, like very, very young, like 18. The Tower in reverse. A catastrophic event of your own making. The 2 of Cups in reverse, a split up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we have a soft yes. But it's going to be for Lily. I don't see Archie here. I think they may offer it to Lily. Okay. It may go back to what I was saying about Archie. He may not be able to make his own decision. I guess they'll cross that bridge when they get to it. All right, so are the titles going to be offered back to the children when they're old enough? The answer is yes. It's a soft yes. And this was Camilla's idea, because that's Camilla. She was being very compassionate and very understanding that it's not the children's fault. They didn't do anything. And this was the easiest way to keep control of the situation so their parents can't use the children to their advantage, use the children's titles to their advantage, especially if they're taking Meghan, if they're taking Harry's title away. They don't want them to be able to cash in on their children's titles. And it's Lily. Lily's the one they'll offer it back to. And it seems like it's bad news, or she may not want it. They may offer it to her and she may not want it. But I think she'll be giving counseling. I think she will be uncertain as to what to do, and they'll give her some counseling. Because these are 3 people working together. And this can be either Archie and Lily and a mentor working together, or some other youngster working. 3 people working together to try to figure out what to do when the time's ready. And it'll be a big change. It will be a big change going from being someone who wasn't titled a commoner, not a commoner, but someone who's not titled to suddenly being a prince or princess. That will be a big thing. Because if they take the titles away now and they don't grow up with it, it will be a big change. But it'll be one that the children will make when they're old enough. And it will cause a split up. It may, if one or both of the children decide to do this, that may cause an issue with their parents. Or between the children and their parents. But it will cause some kind of a break of a partnership. This can be not just a split up, but the break of a partnership. Wow. How interesting. So the underlying energy is that the children are overseas. They can't get to them. So this may be the only way to do it. And then once they can decide for themselves, if they want the burden of this, this will correct the injustice that was done to them by taking the titles away. And this was Camilla's suggestion. And we're going to do a wrap-up now. This will be the best way to control the situation. Lily's going to maybe the one who either accepts it or was offered it. Page of Wands in reverse. Hang on, let me check this deck. So Page of Wands in reverse for this deck can also mean that during this period you are experiencing stress due to the fact that your life is full of unexpected changes. So it may be very stressful for her when I keep saying her, when she decides to do this. I'm slurring my words, my goodness, as she decides to do this. And then the Three of Pentacles, which is an agreement will be worked out with her. I think it's going to be just Lily, and it'll be a huge change for her. But it will be of her making. She will decide. And it will cause some kind of a breakup. Either maybe she'll be in a romantic relationship at that time, and it will cause a breakup for her. Or she'll break up with some relationship with one or both of her parents. Interesting. Well, there you go. That was an interesting one. You know what? I'm going to do one more. Let's find out if Prince William is going to remove the titles of his own children except for Prince George, because he is the heir. He will be once William's king. That's the rumor, that he's just going to remove the titles and, when they're old enough, they can be offered back if they decide that they want to be working royals. I mean, why not? Why thrust it on a child? It's not like the Middle Ages where you're married at 13, right? All right. So, for Prince William's children, just for Charlotte and Louis, will Prince William take away their titles? And until they're old enough to decide. Is that going to happen? Is William going to put this for his own children as well? Upright positive, reversal is negative. Is William going to take the titles away from his own two younger children? Is that going to happen? Upright positive, reversal is negative. When Prince William is king, or maybe it'll be done by King Charles, is that going to happen at some point? Wow, maybe I finally dialed into the right wording. Sometimes I don't get any energy until I word it correctly. So, all right, let's see what we get here. One more. Just has to feel right. And sometimes cards want to flip over in the other direction because they just need to. All right, we're going to go with this one. Okay. Ooh, double cut. All right, see what we get. Upright positive, reversal is negative. Strength in reverse. Being in a vulnerable position, and we'll leave it right there. Okay, and this is the royal family too. Purposely putting them in a lower position. All right. The Chariot in reverse. Well, there's William. It's also about being out of control. Okay, so William, that's William. Six of Swords in reverse. And that's trying to get from troubled waters to calmer waters, and you can't. Five of Swords, fighting. There was a big fight about this. Two of Wands, making plans. Page of Wands in reverse. Again, a stressful time. The Hierophant in reverse. The Crown does not want to do this. The Knight of Cups in reverse. No, this is not, this absolutely not. This idea was completely cut out. Nope, that's a no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this was discussed, but it thought it would put the British royal family in a very vulnerable position, especially if things happened. I mean, crap happens, right? So, okay, so that's a no. That's just a rumor. William did not want it. Absolutely not. You're going to undermine the monarchy. We will not get from troubled waters to calmer waters. This will continue to keep us in trouble if we do that. Big fight. This is too much stress to put on people, especially the children. Again, stress here. Or I'm sorry, this was making plans, Two of Wands. They're making plans, but that's not part of it. That's the heart of the situation. They were trying to make plans. And then it's too much stress. Too much stress. The Crown said no. And that idea was completely cut out. Nope. Someone's back was completely turned. I think it was William. William completely turned. He ghosted. They asked him. He didn't even want to talk about it. It's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, well, there we go. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate my subscribers. And I do welcome your comments. I really do. Just, if you haven't seen all my videos, or if you haven't seen me read on the other children and you think I'm making a nasty comment, just email me. My email's out there. Send me an email. And I will happily explain what's going on. Or if you want to make a comment, make it a respectful one, okay? Don't just try to diss me, because you're just going to light my fire every time. I mean, I like constructive criticism, but if you're going to be mean about it, then I'm not going to like that, obviously. It's my channel. All right, and if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, well, please do subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss another reading. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.